Welcome to Something Extra, a show that was created for you to learn more about Down syndrome in your community. I am your host, Maria Sivertson. On today's show, you will meet DSANEO's Medical Outreach Director, and you will hear from the producer of an amazing fashion show that happened during Down Syndrome Awareness Month. You will also meet some DS stars. Welcome to the show. Last month was October, which was Down Syndrome Awareness Month, but this month I want to continue to talk about Down Syndrome Awareness Month because I have two very lovely ladies here with me today who did a third-party fundraiser for DSANEO, and it was an amazing fashion show. Introduce yourselves.
Well, my name is Credessa Groce. I'm under Credessa Classic and Cutie production.
And that's where the fashion show was produced under?
Yes.
And I'm Kenya Smith. I'm the model coordinator, and I model with DD Designer Palisade.
Okay. So, Credessa, you recently organized this fashion show for us in memory of your son, Levell.
Yes.
Tell us about Levell.
Okay, Levell was a sweet, kind, young man. I just loved him to death. But Levell was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina. He was born in a Marine base. And when I had him, the doctors had diagnosed him, told me he was Down syndrome about a month later. And they ran tests, they found he was a Down syndrome. So about a month later, we moved back, we came back to Cleveland, Ohio, so I can get better care, of Levell. So we moved back to Cleveland, and Levell started at Green Road. He started school early, at the age maybe about 6 months.
Okay.
He joined. He
so
went to Green
intervention.
Road. Early intervention. Yes, he went to Green Road. Then he left there. Then he went to Rosemary, that's where he graduated from. From Rosemary, he went to Berea Home. And that's where most of his illness came, down, started coming on. He had respiratory problems. And Levell been in and out the hospitals, and he been trach coma, feeding tubes, all that, so they can get his eating back in control. When they got that back in control, 6 months later, he went back to Berea, where it turned from worse. And October the 30th, Levell had passed. But Levell was a good child. I mean, he was a child that he would sit, no problems. He would just sit there, come on, Levell, let's go, and let's go to bed. He would get up. He loved TV and music. He was very, very quiet, very quiet. And Levell was loved by lots of people. The school, I mean, everybody knew that they loved Levell.
So he touched so many lives.
He touched so many lives. Yes, he did.
So he was the inspiration behind the fashion show?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about the fashion show.
The fashion show. The fashion show I put the fashion show under Levell Eugene Carson because he didn't have no kids, and I wanted to keep the fashion going. Like I say, fashion is my passion. And Levell, he inspired me because when I used to put on clothes, his eyes were bulk, and he couldn't talk because he was nonverbal. Okay. So he didn't talk, but he just.
But you could tell with his facial expression. But you could tell with his face, yes.
So then it inspired me that, okay, when he had passed, the first time that I kept saying, I want to do fashion. I want to do fashion. My sister, Patricia McCutcheon, said, won't you do a fashion show under Levell's name? A year went past. I didn't really too much think about it then. Year passed. So then I had went to my goddaughter, my god sister, which is Regina Evans. And I said, I think I'm going to put on a fashion show. She agreed with everything I said. Then I went to Lady
Gilmore.
Larry Gilmore. And she said, daughter, go for it. Just go for it. I said, okay, I'm going to go for it. So then I talked to Kenya. I said, Kenya, I love how you model. I love how you walk, so I want you to be the coordinator for the newcomers. She said, okay, I would love to do that. So we got started. We got my little team together. We got started. And we had put on the fashion show, which it turned out to be, it went over.
I was speechless. My daughter Eve was in this fashion show, and I have no words. The energy in the room, the atmosphere, just the crowd, the models. The models were amazing.
Yes, they was.
And Kenya, you were the model coordinator.
Yes.
Yes. How was it working with the DS Stars? You call them the DS Stars.
Yes,
right?
the DS Stars gave me motivation because they was always full of energy and just full of life. And of course it wore off on me, so I was around there smiling like.
But they fully participated.
They
right?
did.
Yes.
They did. They were a little shy. You just had to give them a little boost, you know, come on, you got this. This is your day. This is your show.
Yes.
And once they hit that spotlight and seen them cameras flashing,
the music going.
I said, y'all go ahead now.
Okay, and you've been modeling, right?
Yes.
You both have modeled, so that's why you guys have experience with these fashion shows.
Yes.
What's coming up next? You guys have any plans?
Well, we talked about doing, of course, making it yearly. You know, hopefully the next big show will be bigger, and we'll have more DS stars.
Yes. So how many DS stars were in this fashion show?
It was 8.
It was 8.
8 of them?
Yes.
Yes. So we will be seeing them later on in the show and introducing them to the audience.
Yes.
How did the community come together to support you? I mean, you talked a little bit about, I mean, there was a DJ there.
Yes, it was the DJ. The DJ was Robert Johnson. He brought his line dancers. So they learned some line dances, which they said everybody thought was fun. And I had video photographers. I had vendors.
Yes.
They
were selling all kinds of
of purses, jewelry,
fashion items.
Yes, clothes, shoes, hats, glasses.
Oh yeah, the desserts. Oh
yeah, the desserts. Yeah, that was Danny with the desserts. And they came together. It was a big. I had a big supporter. You know, like Diane. Imagination, Styles and Imagination.
Okay.
She's supportive.
So there were fashion designers there.
Yes. D Designer Palace, which that's what me and Kenya we models with. She was a big help. You know, she really was a big help with me because me and Kenya and Designer Palace. We models a lot. We models for R&B artists, Donnie McKirkland. We did Shirley Murlocs. We opened up the show. Went to New York with the fashion fair weekend.
Sounds fun.
And we just do a lot. And she the one steeled me and brought me out. So I want to thank her for that.
Oh. And what was your inspiration behind the fashion show?
Just making sure that everything, to take stuff off for her, make sure that everything goes smoothly, on time, and in order, and you wasn't going to be there.
Back and forth, I saw you.
Yes.
I just wanted everything.
You're like,
I know, I'm like, I'm gonna catch up. Hold on, one second. But I just wanted everything to go smoothly. I don't like going to shows and then you get bored. But the whole show was amazing.
Not this. Not boring. No.
Yes.
No, it was amazing. Yeah.
So it wasn't no breaks, so that's what made it go smoothly. And you got out early.
We sure did.
Yeah, we
From
did.
7:30 got out 7:15.
Okay.
Yes.
It went by fast.
That was a good one. Yes.
Well, I certainly enjoyed myself, and I enjoyed having you two here today. Stay tuned for Laura Cifra-Bean from DSANEO.
Excuse me, mister. Y'all can do better now. They put on a heck of a show for y'all in the building. Somebody ought to make some noise. If you enjoyed this show, somebody scream.
am here with my colleague, Laura Cifra-Bean. Laura, please tell us a little bit about yourself, your background.
I was a general pediatrician for 25 years. I went to medical school at Case Western Reserve University and then did my pediatric training at Rainbow Babies and Children. I was in a hospital-owned practice in Mentor, Ohio for about 25 years where I saw many patients with Down syndrome and other disabilities. And I have 3 adult children, one of whom has Down syndrome.
And how did you get involved with DSANEO?
I've been involved with DSANEO for a long time. I found out my son Christopher, who has Down syndrome, was going to have Down syndrome before he was born, and I was referred to the Upside of Downs, which is now known as Down Syndrome Association of Northeast Ohio. We got a lot of support before and during and after our pregnancy. We met new families at baby nights. That helped us feel not so alone and that there were other people going through what we were going through.
Connecting with other parents.
So important for a new parent, I think, really gives you a lot of hope. We, at that point, the Upside of Downs was doing inclusion conferences, and that was really where we got the idea for inclusion in schools and community, which really has been our guiding principle for Christopher's life. And then a little bit later, I was on the board of directors of the Upside of Downs.
Nice, but you work for DSANEO now?
Now, since January of 2022, I am the medical outreach director of DSANEO, which is very exciting.
And tell us about your role there.
My job is to educate families, students, professionals about the best medical practices for people with Down syndrome. We do that through our website, through our print materials, educational presentations, just to try to help let the people with Down syndrome in our community get the best care possible.
And you make connections with medical professionals in the community as well?
Yes, I do. I trained in Cleveland, as I said, so I still know a lot of people in the community, and that's helped me reach out to residency programs, to various professionals, and really do my advocacy.
For individuals with Down syndrome with the medical community.
Yes. Yes.
So what have you done for so far since you've been with DSANEO?
So far, I have done presentations for medical and physician assistant students, for OT students, and genetic counseling students, for for residents. And I was very honored to co-present at Grand Rounds at University Hospitals last month with Dr. Kishore Velati, who runs the Down Syndrome Clinic in Pittsburgh.
And tell us a little bit about, give us a refresher on what Down syndrome is.
Down syndrome is when there's an extra partial or full copy of the 21st chromosome. So 3 copies of the 21st chromosome, which they call it trisomy 21.
That's the medical term.
That's the medical term for
Down syndrome.
For Down syndrome, yeah. Usually people with Down syndrome have some developmental issues, and there's a host of medical conditions that can be associated with Down syndrome. But people with Down syndrome also have like very good visual memories, very strong social skills, and are just really valued members of their families and communities.
They're a part of the family.
They are. They're some, they're the glue of the family oftentimes.
Yeah, Eve is our sunshine for our family. She's just amazing. Okay, and so there have been some new medical guidelines that have recently came out for individuals with Down syndrome.
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell us about those?
Yes. It's very exciting. The American Academy of Pediatrics revised their health supervision guidelines for children from birth to age 21 who have Down syndrome. And a thing that was a new emphasis now was on supporting expectant parents and information on how to share a diagnosis with parents so that it's supportive of the parents, because parents remember for a long time how they find out. they got a diagnosis.
Yeah, I mean, receiving the diagnosis is really overwhelming for parents, whether they receive it, before birth or after the child is born. Is there any type of advice that you could give medical professionals on how to deliver a diagnosis?
The American Academy of Pediatric Guidelines goes into that on detail, and from my own experience also, you want to make sure to give balanced, accurate information. Try to talk to the mom when she has a support person with her. If the baby's already born, congratulate them on the birth of their child.
First. Yes, it's
first.
a baby first.
It's a baby first. And explain to them what Down syndrome is. Give them printed material or contact information, because it's kind of a blur when you first get that information, and you want to make sure that they have something to look at later to remind them what you said, and it's connecting them with a source of somebody they can talk to, and families that have a person with Down syndrome can be very important.
And direct them to, resources like DSANEO.
Yes, DSANEO, as you know, has a whole program to support new and expectant parents, and everything is confidential, and our goal is just to help parents deal with an unexpected diagnosis and all the range of emotions that they're going to be having.
And you're right, I was shocked at first, and I do remember every word that the doctor told me when he gave me the diagnosis.
Yes.
It's something I won't ever forget.
No. My obstetrician was very good and supportive, and that wasn't always the case with other health professionals,
Right.
and I would just like the professionals it's going to be a difficult situation because it's always unexpected, but don't make it harder than it has to be for the parents.
Yeah, and that's one of your accomplishments that you've done this year. I mean, we had that the webinar with the medical students, and I was part of it, and I shared my story with even how our family received the diagnosis. What are your other accomplishments for this year for DSANEO?
I'm very glad we just updated all the resources on our website. It's we have a medical tab now, and there's resources to just a variety of things, the healthcare guidelines, of course, and we are very lucky that Global Down Syndrome Foundation now put out healthcare guidelines for adults with Down syndrome, and that's very helpful because the population of adults with Down syndrome is getting larger because the lifespan has increased so much, which is exciting. It also has information on a variety of topics: potty training, social stories, breastfeeding, just a wide variety of resources. And if a resource somebody needs is not on there, I can find it for them.
So in order for medical professionals or anybody else in the community to connect with you and receive more information, how can they do that?
They can email me directly at lcifra-bean, LCIFRA-BEAN at DSANEO.org.
Well, thank you for being here today, Laura.
Thank you.
We will be right back with some DS stars. Welcome back to the show. We are now going to be featuring the DS stars that were in the fashion show that was produced by Credessa.
Now we have the DS stars, Eve.
Hi, Eve. Eve
Hi.
is 18 years old, a senior in high school. She's on the Dazzler dance team and a varsity basketball cheerleader. Eve takes core classes, woodshop, community-based employment, where she learns life skills and job training.
Okay, the next person
Period.
is Adrian.
Come on up, Adrian. Adrian is 12 years old. Do a little twirl for us, Adrian. She loves playing on her tablet, and she is the queen of TikTok and YouTube. She loves fashion, she's a dancer, a singer, and she loves getting on her brother's nerves. Let's see that outfit, Adrian, just like at the fashion show. No? Okay.
Okay, the next one we have is Racine.
Racine is 42. Come on up, Racine. Racine also loves playing on her tablet. Do a little twirl for us. She likes going on Facebook and loves cooking, and she also loves going to church. Yeah, girl.
The next one we have is Caleb.
Caleb, come on up. Caleb Lloyd has been a member of GFSA's Youth Ability Group for over 12 years. They volunteer, learn work skills, and perform plays all over the world. In his spare time, he loves drumming, Xbox, eating out with friends, and playing basketball. Very nice, Caleb.
The next one we have is Brandon.
Come on up, Brandon. Brandon, aka the Bee, is a man after God's own heart. He is the eldest son of Ray Levell and First Lady Kelly Gibson. Brandon is an active member of his church. He attends Tuesday night men's Bible study, and go ahead and turn around, Brandon, and has multiple prayer partners. He is an avid bowler, basketball player, golfer, and ballroom line dancer. Brandon also has 3 jobs. He works as a VGS as a peace worker at ADT Home Security, as a tech assistant, and as a caregiver to his elder cousin, Francis and Mrs. Galloway. Nice job, Brandon.
The next one we have is Marvin.
Come on up, Marvin. Marvin is currently employed with Works for Eagle Plumbing. He is a volunteer staff assistant for the Cleveland Blazers basketball team. He loves to dress and keep up his appearance with the latest clothing, shoe brands, and a dash of his favorite cologne. At times we call him Manny Fresh because he looks so good and stays so fresh and so clean. Manny has 2 dogs, Sweetie and Ty, and he also loves dancing and music. He's an inspiring DJ and did his first DJ job in August. Very nice, Marvin. You guys want to all come up and pose? So these were some of the DS stars that were in our fashion show. We are missing Eli, Keisha, and Olivia. But these DS stars right here, you guys coming back to the next fashion show? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you for watching. We will see you next month.